There we go. So welcome to Wednesday, May 24th. Hard to believe it's the end of the day. I had guidance to share many messages today. And so I'll start with the main one, which is the reminder for all of us that there's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing broken in us. We don't need to vibe to the right vibration. We don't need healing. We don't need to make sure we're attracting the right thing or any of the conditioning that we've been told, which is really interesting because we talk lots here about different decisions we can make. We talk a lot about beliefs, and then we talk about different skill sets that we can develop. But I was reminded to remind everybody that there's actually nothing wrong with us. And we have conditioning in place. And so the conditioning is preventing us from seeing how amazing we are, from seeing the miracle that we are. And so in the guidance today, I was guided to ask, to have you ask yourself, what current conditions are you buying into? Are you accepting as your truth? Right? So and it can be something like a current condition of health or a current condition of relationship or prosperity. And then what are all of the rules that you have around that, or the thoughts that you have around that? For example, with me and my health, if I feel like there's a right way to heal and I can't figure out the right way to heal because my unconscious beliefs are that there must be something wrong with me, that would also then conclude or lead to that I'm not going to find the quote unquote right way to heal. What if there was no right way to heal? If there's no right way to attract a client or be the frequency that we want to be? What if we just let go of the expectation, or not the expectation, I guess, but the thought process of there's a right way and a wrong way? And that your way, whatever you're endeavoring to do, is in this moment of time the right way. However, the one piece of it is to really ask yourself the question about what conditioning are you accepting? And condition can be beliefs. That can be a positive belief, it's still a condition, or a negative belief. But it's really for us to be in awareness of the miracle that we are, just simply by our existence. We are a miracle. We are Christ consciousness. Each one of us is Christ consciousness or divine source energy. So how can that be a mistake? How can we fuck that up? We can't. And that the reason why we're having the experiences is because we're meant to have these experiences. We made a decision. This is my point of view, right? We made a decision to come here on this earth. We decided to embody the body. We picked the parents, the situations. Now we have free will, so the outcome can be, the journey can look like anything. Is one school of thought that we came to this earth to have the challenges and obstacles. So I've heard it in the language of learn the lessons we're meant to learn, right? To allow more freedom and more liberation. So that's one school of thought. There are other schools of thought, but we all made a decision to come here and play on Earth at this point in time, and we're all participating in the outcome, in the creation of it. So nothing happens to us, nothing happens to us. Everything happens for us. And we can have an opportunity to every situation that we have, every experience we have, we can own our participation in the creation. And it doesn't have to have a meaning other than we accept that we created the participation. So even like yesterday, right? I ended up being in bed yesterday because I was ill. And, judgmental language, I would say that timing really sucked because I had the summit coming up next week. I had some things that had deadlines and I wasn't able to meet my deadlines. And so what's the meaning that I give that is I just didn't meet the deadlines. But before in my life, I certainly would have pushed my way through and probably worked in between visiting the toilet, right? Because I had this thought that I had to sacrifice my health and wellness to do the things that I do. As I let that story go, and as things unfold, there's this opportunity to look at things differently, including every single experience that I have. And so, and same with you, there's an opportunity to look at everything that you have, everything that you create, everything that you manifest, and be curious about it, not judgmental about it, but like, wow, that is so cool that I created this opportunity to spend the day in bed. And last night I giggled because I thought, well, that would have been cool if I would have, created the opportunity to be in bed because I wanted to be in bed, not because I couldn't function. And so then I had an opportunity to go, okay, like, so that in my creations, I stop, I pause, but I have to have a quote unquote reason for stopping and pausing. That's conditioning. So that's what I'm talking about. What conditions are you playing into that you don't even know that you're accepting as a condition, right? So what condition is it that? So that would be a condition that I have to be sick before I take the day off. And it's not quite that way anymore. I take time off. However, to be honest, I don't think I would ever just take a day off to take a day off. I still have that conditioning of running around. And there's nothing wrong. There's no right or wrong to it. It's just being in awareness of what conditioning are you still participating in? Excuse me, what conditions would you like to release and let go of, and then making that decision to do that. And you can simply make the decision to let it go. It may or may not come up again. Some of my conditions come up again for me to like, oh, well, that's interesting. It popped up this way at this time, or this person is a trigger. And so if you think about your life and where you are and your desire, where you want to be, what's stopping you in any area of your life? Where are you right now, and where do you want to be, and what's stopping you? And this is the conditioning that's stopping you. It's the yeah buts. Now, it could be a skill set that's stopping you. It could be a mindset, right? It could be a reluctance to change your behavior. It could be a reluctance to look at things differently. Right? It could be that you're caught in other habits, conditioning from before. It could be fear. There's a multitude of things that it could be. And so the opportunity again for you is just to take a moment. It doesn't take long, like 2 to 5 minutes. And so what's stopping me from living the life that I desire? If each one of us would accept that we are the miracle that we are, and that we are divine source energy, and the only limitations we have is what's placed on us by our conditioning. What are those conditions? What are you buying into? Right? What does that look like? And each one of us, myself included, will have a story around the conditions. And then we live up that story. We experience those limiting conditions. We experience those limiting beliefs. And so the opportunity we have, if we want to, is to bust through those through accepting how powerful we are. By looking at your life and going, man, look at the curiosity. Man, look at the, yesterday, it's like, man, look at the shit show that I created yesterday, right? And having people messaging me all day that needed things, and I had to say, hey, I'm not able to get that to you today. And then I created someone to say to me, well, if you could just do it, I know you're sick and I know you're in bed, but if you could just do it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting that I created a lack of boundary. She didn't cross the boundary. I created a lack of boundary. And I said to her, oh, I'm sorry if I made it sound like it was an option. My apology. I accepted responsibility, right? I said, I apologize if I made it sound like I could do it. Let me make it clear. I'm not working today. I don't have a computer in my bedroom today. I'm in bed. right? I'm curled up in a ball kind of thing. And so, but I wasn't angry with her. I was like, oh, look at that. I created someone who just like, well, like, how sick are you? I'm like, well, want to see? It's not pleasant. And again, not blaming her, just as like, whoa, that is so cool. So cool that I'm that powerful that I could create someone questioning, right? Are you sure you can't do this? Yeah, pretty sure I can't move. Pretty sure I'm in bed today and won't be getting out of bed until tomorrow. I'll get it tomorrow. And the comment was, well, it's due today. I understand that. She was correct. I didn't go into excuses. I'm sick. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I didn't apologize. Right. I just said, I understand that. And I didn't apologize again because I apologized earlier. I said, hey, I'm sick and I understand that this is due today and it won't be done. And I will get to it tomorrow. I'll do it first thing as soon as I can. And then it was like, well, you sure you can't do it? Yeah, pretty sure. You know it's due today. I do. I understand it's due today. And so each one of those opportunities we have is an opportunity for us to like just be in awe of yourself, in awe of your creations. I mean, it's so easy for us to be in awe of the great things that we create, right? But can you be in awe of the challenges that you create, the obstacles that you create? So going back to the first question of the day is, what is the conditioning that you're experiencing? What are the conditioning that you are holding on to? What's stopping you from where you are to where you want to be? And if you answer, I don't know, it's because you're asking your intellect, you're asking your brain pan. And what you need to do is ask your intuition, ask your higher self, what is stopping me? What's stopping me from, I say that I desire these things, so what is stopping me from taking action? What is stopping me from doing the things? What is stopping me from the creation of? And you'll be told what's stopping you. The opportunity, though, is to get out of the head into your body. Work the three together, right? Your head, your heart, and your body together. And there's no judgment in being in our head. I mean, we need our intellect. We talk about that lots, right? It's our conscious thoughts, it's our intellect that can help direct, right, the questions that we ask. So it's the intellect is asking divine, what's stopping me? What's the message here today? Right? And it doesn't even have to be a message. Like yesterday, like there was no message other than, right, I was experiencing this opportunity to sleep all day, right, and hang out and have a bit of illness. And for my generators, you might have to be more specific with your questions. So it can be a yes, no, or a uh-huh, or uh-uh. So, you could think about things that maybe have stopped you in the past. You might not still be experiencing it, but you could ask those particular questions, right? And be guided that way. It's going to check the chat here. Yeah. So Diane shares with us, whenever I ask the questions, I suggest you can feel the energy move through your body. Excellent. Just being aware is powerful and healing, 100%. Right? Sometimes we don't even need to know why, like certainly why it's stopping, and then what's stopping us is for us to view the condition. But if you feel, and some of you might feel that you don't even need to know what's stopping you, you're just going to be like, okay, I don't know what's stopping me, and it really doesn't matter, but it can stop. So whatever's stopping me can stop. And just own how powerful you are, which is, I think, is one of the most difficult things for us to do, especially as women, right? Because we're used to downplaying how powerful we are. But we can step into the brilliance of who we are, and each one of us is brilliant in our own way. How amazing that can be. That was the first thing I wanted to share. Second piece I wanted to share with everyone today was something a bit more tactical. And years ago, I picked up this book and I was guided to go to my bookshelf today. And the book is called Exactly What to Say for Impact and Influence. So it helps use words in either in your social media or in your sales strategy for you to help create more impact and influence, to enroll people, maybe more people into your program, or to enroll people into your product or service. And so I'll just give you a quick example. So one example he shares with you is, I'm not sure if it's for you, but. So one of the most common reasons he hears from people as to why they fail to introduce their idea, product, or service to others is the fact that they are fearful of the rejection they might receive. So if you know that you have a fear of rejection or abandonment, a great thing to add to your social media posts or into conversation when you're trying to enroll is, I'm not sure if it's for you, but. And the author is, thanks Diane, Phil, Philm Jones, right? So I'm not sure if it's for you, but. And so you can use that. So in examples, I'm not sure if it's for you, but would you happen to know someone who's interested in it? I'm not sure if it's for you, but we have plans on Saturday. Or I'm not sure if it's for you, but this is the option that's available. So it's just a word that you can use if you know that you have abandonment or rejection. Excuse me. And I find that's great in social media posts when you're trying to engage people into a program or a product or service that you have, right? I'm not sure if this is for you, but. And you might see a different version for you. This is for you if, and then they list all the people it's kind of for. And the reason people are doing that is because they want the audience to say yes. Oh yeah, I can relate to that, and I can resonate with that, and I can resonate with that. So that's another thing, another way I've seen for people to kind of like step up and say yes. This is a bit different in someone's self-selecting, because they start to feel less pressure themselves. So the audience feels less pressure to buy, to refer, et cetera, because of using the words. And so there's a whole bunch of other examples in here, even things that you can use with your kids, right? So it's great. And then as if you pick it up and you're reading it, how do you feel about the words that are being used, right? So I had some deconditioning that I had to do, because I was like, well, that's just manipulation. And then I was, I kind of giggled, because I was like, well, this is true. And I have been, right, the shadow self of me, excuse me, can be manipulation. And so when is it influential, and when is it manipulation? And so it gave me an opportunity to move through some of my limiting beliefs around that. So either way, I think that's why I'm being guided to share it with you. For those of you who are writing lots of social media posts or trying to enroll and engage people in your program, number one, and for if you find that you're triggered by the words, that would be another thing. So perfect. So today is just short and sweet. I appreciate all of you being here. Have an incredible day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Big hugs and love you so much.